how do I increase my capability to handle change? How do I increase my colleagues' capability to handle change? How do I increase my boss's capability to handle change? And those are the pieces that we're going to look at because we want to help people move down that path of change. Who wants change? Everybody puts up their hand like, I want change, I want change. And then when it comes to it, who wants to change? I don't. I don't have time. I'm too busy. I've already got enough stuff on the go. Now, one of my favorite things to encounter is people that say, I'm change ready. And there's probably a bunch of you in here that are like, I'm really change ready. I love change. And you probably work with people like that. And you know what really ticks me off about that? Is everybody loves saying they're change ready until the change impacts them negatively. Until they don't agree with the change. Till the change is not their idea or they don't see the importance of the change. And then do you think they're change ready then? No. So if you're one of those people that I like to think I'm change ready, I'm not change ready if I don't like the change or if I don't like you and you're delivering the message to me. Now the other thing I've learned is this, is that the budgets, the frameworks, the plans, all that stuff is really important. But it's your day-to-day interactions with others that are going to make or break your career. So today we're going to look at 5 strategies that you can use to help people adapt to change. Do y'all use Microsoft Word or something like that? Y'all use that? And don't you just hate when they upload a new version to your computer and they move those stupid buttons around? And it takes you an extra 10 minutes to do that darn document. Do you have an extra 10 minutes in your day to fiddle around with Microsoft Word and doing that document? No. So your productivity is always going to drop during change. Always. And that extra 10 minutes is your productivity dropping. It is going to drop because it's going to take you a while to adapt to that. Sometimes it's going to take some of us a little longer than others to adapt to that. I'm like pretty IT phobic, so it takes me an extra few days to get that new version under my skin. Some people can get it together in a day, but we're all different that way. But it does take energy. They are wondering, what's in it for me? What's the impact on me? And you have 2 avenues here right now that are open to you. One is you can stay open to the change and to the ideas that we're going to talk about today. The other one is you can stay closed. And just like at work, you have the option to be open during change, or you have the option to be closed. And your job is to help people be open to your ideas and be open to going down the path of change at work. Because one of the things I really believe is that you are all leaders, regardless of your job title. And you all have the ability to shift people's mindset during change. His name's Donald Hebb, and he developed a term called Hebb's Law. And Hebb's Law states this: neurons that fire together wire together. Now, neurons are those little electrical impulses that zoom around your brain, and there's a bunch of involuntary ones that you have, that they help you breathe, and they help you blink, and all those involuntary movements that you have going on in your body all day long. Then you also have the voluntary ones where you learn new thoughts, new behaviors, new actions, new ways of doing things at work. So let's give you a little example of that, because when those neurons fire together and move around, they create these new neural pathways, and neural pathways are what create those new behaviors and those new ways of doing things that we want to help people do at work. So how many of you learned how to type? How many of you henpeck? Yeah, a few of you. Yeah, thank you for being honest. Now, do any of you remember learning how to type like this? Do you remember in school? And I'm really old, so I learned this on a typewriter that was not electric. And for those of you that are under 40, you have no clue what I'm talking about. But a typewriter was around before a keyboard. And before there was an electric typewriter, we actually had like push-button typewriters like that. And that's what I learned on. So I hope some of you learned on this. So do you remember doing this? A, S, D, O, F. J, K, L, semicolon. Oh, and then you spend a week doing that. Then the next week you'd be like, A, S, E, F, J, I, L, semicolon. Do y'all remember doing that? Wasn't that painful? Oh. Now, I can type as fast as I can almost think and talk today. Probably a lot of you can too. That's because those little neurons that have fired together when you were typing, that A, S, D, that's your neurons going, oh, where's that A, where's that F? When you have your new neural pathways in place, which you all have now if you can type, even henpeckers that type like this can be really fast doing it, right? That's your new neural pathways. They're there, you can create those. So you don't even need to know about neuroscience to create new neural pathways at work. Change means more change, like a snowball. And doesn't change take a lot of energy? So you know when you're at work and you're really busy and the projects are coming down the pipes and the BAs are going to all these meetings trying to get all the requirements together to write just another BRD, a business requirements documents that they need to write on top of the other 3 that they're already working on at that moment, and that one's due Friday. And you're like, I'm just exhausted talking about it. And I don't even need to do it because it takes energy to adapt to change. We all have this power within us that we don't know we have. And if someone like Max can access this power and change his deeply held beliefs to make positive change on the planet, you and I can access that same power to make positive change in our lives. Maybe that business process can change. Maybe I can learn a new idea. Maybe I can put something new into practice. Maybe I can help my team to adapt to change. If Max can do it, we can too. So access this power, use these 5 strategies, and I guarantee you can watch your life change. Thank you. And have a great rest of the conference.